Hi, my name is Mel Murphy. I own Separation and Divorce Coaching Ireland. I'm a professional certified divorce coach, and I work with people from all different phases of their separation or divorce. From people who are thinking of getting separated or divorced and just need to talk to someone about what it entails and get an idea of how they could prepare themselves if it was to happen, to people who are going through the overwhelm of separation and divorce and just need someone there to help them get everything together and get themselves organized, to people who've gone through the separation and divorce and come out the other side and are just exhausted by it, confused, don't know where to go next. And I've have separate videos. I've gone through some videos about people who are thinking of going through separation and divorce, people who are in the middle of it. And now I'm going to go do a video on people who have come out the other side and are just exhausted and overwhelmed by it and just need someone to help them move on with their lives. So I went through my own difficult separation and then divorce. I live in Ireland, and at the time you had to be separated 4 years before you could divorce. Now it's 2 years. So I went through a legal judicial separation, and that was fraught and very, very expensive and horrible, and lasted quite a few years before we came out the other side. It was actually almost 4 years by the time we finalized our divorce, our separation, sorry. And a couple of years later, we could actually basically go through our actual divorce. And we did a DIY divorce because by that stage, we were actually quite friendly. We'd gone through all the emotions, we dealt with everything. The children were flourishing, our parenting plan had worked out well. Financially, we figured things out. A lot of that was thanks to the fact that I had actually done I was actually a coach for the last 10 years or more, and I'd done financial coaching, emotional coaching, well-being coaching, and I'd done a little bit of separation and divorce coaching. So just by doing other coaching, I'd come across that. And so we were able to put together different plans for ourselves and came out the other side, and we get on really well and co-parent well together. Doesn't mean we're going to get back together, because we work much better as friends than we did as a couple. But I've become a certified separation and divorce coach since, because a lot of people were coming to me anyway, because I'd gone through the process and come out successfully the other side, and they're coming to me with their own questions. So I wanted to use all my coaching experience and build on that and become a certified professional divorce coach. So I've set up my own business as Divorce Coaching Ireland. And in this video, I wanted to talk you through some example clients that I've worked with who've come out the other side of divorce and how have I helped them after their divorce. So I have Sarah. So she went through a rather amicable divorce. They'd gone to a cooperative lawyer and mediated their way through divorce and come out the other side. And most of the things were in place, but she was sort of like, she'd been so involved in the divorce for the last while that now she was just sort of looking around going, now what next? What do I really want, So if I had worked with her through that original process, I would have actually helped set that up before she finished the divorce process. So she was already rolling with her next steps in her next phase of life. And that's what I actually like to bring that into the actual divorce process and go, so what are you going to do? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? What are your real values? What's going to help you feel fulfilled in your life? And what are you going to do now? Like, what was holding you back beforehand? Like, that's why you got divorced, right? So now, where are you going to go? You have this opportunity. What do you really want from your life? How are you going to get there? So I'll work with her on that. If it had been a difficult divorce for her, and she needed a little bit of confidence building, and she needed to get back to what was her best self. She'd lost a lot of who she was during the marriage. She was a bit confused, and we need to get back to who is Sarah anyway? Like, where is she coming from? What was she before the marriage? Where does she want to be now, and all of that. And then also the financial piece as well. Where does she want to go to financially? What did she want for her children? What did she want for her own career? And where was she going to go? And getting that in place and putting all the steps in place for that. Another client of mine, Amy, she had come from, unfortunately, a very abusive marriage. She'd been torn apart by it. Her confidence was rock bottom. She was struggling financially and supported her kids. She managed to get out of the marriage, but her ex-husband was still trying to affect her and be abusive towards her as much as possible. He wasn't really paying the child benefits he was supposed to pay. He wasn't supporting them the way he was. She was in and out of court trying to get him to pay what he was supposed to pay, and it was really eating away at her. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in that situation, and she just wasn't able to move on. So she came to me for some help and said, I just need to get rid of this person in my life. So we set up ways to have boundaries. How could she protect herself from his constant onslaughts? How could she protect the children from what was happening because they're being used as pawns? How could she set up her own life? What could she do then to improve her own financial prospects? What studies could she go back to? What help could she get from the government to support and pay for those studies? Where could she live? Where could be a better environment for her children, her to live in, because she'd been kind of going, had a place for a little while, and then she'd be going between family and friends. And how could she set herself up financially to prepare for a better life over the next few years? So we looked at career steps for her. She looked at a course she was going to do. She was actually able to go back. She wanted to do family law. So she went back and started studying family law, got some support, used all these different support programs. She was able to get some help financially for kids as they were going through college. And she's going to finalize and become a lawyer soon. And, you know, it's taken a few years, obviously, but her financial prospects in the future are so much better. She's gotten all the different government help that she can get for her children, for her home, for her life, and she's been able to get there. And she's put up protection against the ex so that he can't contact her except through certain third parties or through email. And so she can kind of get mentally better and move on and progress in her life and have a great life after the abusive situation she'd found herself in the past. So that's where I come in the post-divorce process, is building my clients up and help them have a much better, or have a fulfilling life and continue in life. There is life after the divorce. And you know, also some people come to me and they want to jump back into relationships, and they're asking me about that. When are they going to be ready for next relationship? And we talk about that as well, different things to look at to know when you're ready. When should the kids meet in your relationship? All of that kind of future focused pieces to prepare yourself. So anyway, if you know anyone who feels that they would benefit from a separation and divorce coach, you can see all the different offerings that I have on www.divorcecoachingireland.com. I offer every Tuesday at the moment, I'm offering a drop-in session from 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. I have a little, if you sign up for it, there'll be different tick boxes. If you can select which topics you want to discuss during that time. I'll make sure I cover all those topics for everyone on that call. You can come in incognito and discuss anything that's on your mind. I have one-on-one coaching. I'm also putting together a course that's going to come out soon that you can download different modules that you want based on what's interesting for you. And then I do workshops every month or every 6 weeks on how to put together financial plans, parenting plans, different things like that you could also drop into. So look on my website. I'll have different things coming up from time to time. I have a newsletter. I'm also on LinkedIn. I do a blog every week on LinkedIn. I do a video every week on YouTube. I'm going to start interviewing different people who've either gone through divorce or experts in their fields, like financial coaches or child psychologists or counselors or financial experts that I kind of use as my team to help any of my clients if they have specialist areas they need to go to. And I'm going to start interviewing those as well. That'll be on my YouTube channel. I have a Facebook page. I'm in lots of divorce support groups as well. So kind of all over the place at the moment. So let me know what you want me to talk about, because I'm happy to cover so many different topics. And I want to make sure that I'm focusing on topics that are interesting for you. So also, if you know anyone who is going through divorce or needs some support, I also was a best-selling author of 2 different books, co-author of 2 different books. One was about women's empowerment. It became an Irish Times bestseller, and it was about living life to your values and living your best life. And the other one was a handbook for coaches, actually, and it was all about people who want to support friends or family going through divorce, and the different ways they can support them. So I'm going to try and put that article up on my website and give that article away for free for anyone who wants to support friends or family going through divorce. So look forward to getting different topics of interest from you and talking to you soon. Bye-bye.